They ready. Well, come on. Well, come on. Y'all ready? They ready. We ready. We ready. Come on. We ready. We ready. Come on. Grab phone. Break grab phone. Break grab phone. Break grab phone. Come we ready. We ready. We ready. Come on. We ready.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jordan Bowen with CrossFit Fort Walton Beach, CrossFit Santos, and CrossFit Miles Militia. All three come together, known as Militia Fitness, in the cities of Fort Walton Beach, Crestview, and Destin. Hey guys, so we've been getting a lot of questions lately about some different timing of diet. You know, with all of our diet stuff, this video is going to be intended solely for the purpose of trying to lean out a little bit. And so, like we always tell you guys, we want to make sure that we're looking for paleo foods. Now, paleo has two aspects to it, and the two aspects are going to be trying to prevent high inflammation and trying to prevent high carbohydrates. So that's why we do paleo. So we want to keep the inflammation down, and that number one inflammatory is going to be gluten and you know, a couple other lectins that are in legumes and stuff like that. As far as high carbohydrates, you know, the things that have gluten in them, bread, wheat, and pasta, and all this stuff, it's a twofold process. We don't want you to eat that, both for inflammation and because the amount of carbohydrates are so high that they're going to spike your insulin levels up. So remember, paleo is about keeping your insulin down and keeping your inflammation down. Okay, so if there's a couple things as we're going through here that maybe are a little bit easier for you to eat throughout the daytime, like we're going to talk about a little bit of Greek yogurt. You know, we're not completely against Greek yogurt. The only thing is some people are going to have a little bit of an inflammatory process to it. So we want you to try to stay with meats and vegetables. Okay, we're looking for pretty much any meat that you want. We want to try to be unprocessed meats. So don't, you know, get ham that has a ton of sodium packed into it and stuff. We want to try to go with, you know, animal protein that, you know, just ground beef and chicken, and see if you can get, you know, the free range chicken. Get what you can get. If you can't get that, then just get some straight up normal chicken. We want to try to go with pork, and we want to go with, if you're going to eat deli meat, maybe something more along the lines of like boar's head or something like that, that's not going to have a bunch of extra nitrates and also inflammatories in it. As far as the vegetables, any vegetable you want, anything we could think of. Now, remember, beans are not what we're calling a vegetable. We're calling a bean a legume. Okay, and so we're talking about every vegetable besides that. We're talking about broccoli, asparagus, spinach, cauliflower, squash, any vegetable you want to apply in there, carrots, whatever it is. Okay, so we eat meats and vegetables, nuts and seeds. So what are we talking about nuts and seeds? We're talking about pistachios, pecans, you know, walnuts, almonds, any type of nut you want, seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, whatever you feel like munching on throughout the daytime, just for a couple snacks would be all right. You know, mostly we're going to try to keep the fat a little bit lower, so we want to try to keep those nuts and seeds even, you know, a little bit lower than the meats and vegetables, but if you want to go with that, then that's okay. Okay. And then we got some fruit. The reason why we got some fruit again is we're trying to prevent the amount of high carbohydrate foods we can have. So you can have some fruit. I'm going to give you a little bit of stuff guidelines to go off of as far as how many grams of protein we want you to eat, how many grams of carbs we want you to eat, and then the small amount of fats that you know, we're allowing you to go with this specific timed out diet. Okay, and then we got meats and vegetables, we got nuts and seeds, we got some fruit. Now we got little starch. When we talk about little starch, we're talking about a little bit of potatoes, a little bit of sweet potatoes, not a lot of, you know, sweet potatoes in there, again, because of the high carb piece. And then we got no sugar, no refined sugar, guys. If you're trying to lean out, refined sugar is it's gonna be a two-part process. One, it's gonna have such a rapid inflammation, or not inflammation, but insulin response that we don't want it. And two, you're not going to be able to eat very much. So if you're trying to, you know, keep your carbs at a certain level, and then you go sit down to eat, you know, something that has refined sugar in it, it's going to be such a small amount for such a high amount of sugar, high amount of carbs, that's not what we want to do. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash up on the screen here for you guys throughout the daytime, as you had different times that you're going to WOD, an example of what would be a good diet to go with that. So here we go. Check it out up on the screen right now. You have the 5:30 a.m. diet. Okay, your 5:30 a.m. diet. As you see, this is the 5:30 a.m. WOD time, right? So you wake up, eat nothing, come and work out fasted. Okay, and then after that, post-workout, you see we got 30 grams of protein, 60 grams of carbs for a male, or maybe 30 grams of carbs for a female. What are we looking at in carbs? Well, some people just like do a little bit of Gatorade or something like that. One normal thing of Gatorade has 34 grams of carbs in it, but maybe you just want to eat a banana or something like that. Weigh it out and try to get about 30 grams for a lady, even 20 grams for a lady, and then 40 to 60 grams for a male. And then you'll see it about 2 hours after that, you got 20 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbs for a male, 15 grams female. So an example of a meal like that, like I said before, would just be a thing of Greek yogurt. Okay, Greek yogurt actually has 14 grams of protein in it. We're talking about Chobani Greek yogurt. Has 14 grams of protein in it, and it's got 20 grams of carbs in it. Okay, so that would be a great meal that you could just munch down right then, and it wouldn't be something that would mess you up too much. And then you see 2 hours later we got the same thing, and then at lunchtime you got 50 grams of protein and 20 grams to 40 grams of carb for a male, and 15 to 30 grams of carbs for a female. And now you see we got 15 grams of fat. So maybe you're eating a little bit of nuts and seeds, or you got some olive oil or something like that in a salad. And then at 3:30 you see we got the same meal as earlier, 5:30 same meal. And then for dinner, now we're going 30 to 50 grams of protein, 20 to 40 grams of carbs if you're a male, 15 to 30 grams if you're a female, and again 15 grams of fat. Okay, total protein for the day, what's that give you, male or female? Anywhere from about 140 to 190 grams. Okay, total carbs is going to be about 200, 220 for a male, 120 to 150 for a female, and about 30 grams of fat throughout. Okay, next, you're going to need to pause it if you want to write this down. The next one's going to be the 6:30 a.m. WOD. Check that out. And now we got the 9:30 a.m. WOD. Now you got the 11:30 a.m. WOD. Now you got the 4 p.m., the 5 p.m., the 6 p.m., and even the 7 p.m. Okay, so everybody, you can see on there that we give you a couple different examples, times through the daytime. Now there's so many different diets out there, and honestly most of them work pretty good if you'll be really consistent and stay really solid with it. This diet right here, we have had tons and tons of people that have had really difficult times with weight loss eat like this. And so what we want to do is we want to time out how much we're eating through the daytime. Okay, if you get done working out and you got 3 muscle cells that need some sugar, we don't want to put 6 muscle cells worth of sugar back in. We just want to put 3, and then we want to drag out that next thing of sugar until we have another need. So that's why we want to keep it in small increments, so slowly we're just feeding the muscle and letting the fat slowly eat itself. If at any given time you're taking too many carbs in, it's going to be hard for your body to utilize that for your muscle, and your fat's just going to end up soaking it up. So let's stick solid to this. We want to do this Monday through Sunday, okay? Hold this for 30 days, and if after 30 days you don't make a difference, then we can readjust then. But you know, we have had people drop blood sugar, we've had people drop body fat, we've had people drop weight, all kinds of drastically crazy results off of something like this. So all you need to do is figure out what meals fit into that 20 grams of carbs, what meals fit into that 20 grams of protein, weigh it out a little bit, do your homework over 1 or 2 days, and then after that you'll know exactly what you can eat for the rest of that time. Alright, awesome. Talk to you guys soon.